My name is Tony Bellione. I'm the co-founder of Maximus Arms. I'd like to tell you about my experience with this gun. I first had a 1911 put in my hand in 1962 when I was in the military. I became enamored with that gun, and I've never had a day go by where I haven't thought of or done something with this gun. Over 60 years of playing with this gun, I've taken everything that everyone has told me, things that I myself found that I didn't like in the gun, and I incorporated every single one of those changes and modifications into this gun here. As a matter of fact, I made 82 mechanical changes that actually warranted me getting a new patent on this gun. So we now hold a patent because of those changes. All right, let me tell you a few things about the gun, the Maximus Arms Gladiator pistol. I'll show you some of the options that are on the gun and some of the things that make us very unique. You'll notice that the ejector is actually an integral part to the frame. It's machined in, as is the plunger tube. Normally these are installed at the factory or installed by a gunsmith. As such, they can get loose, they can fall out, causing the gun to malfunction or just stop working altogether. Impossible to happen on a Maximus Gladiator. It is actually machined into the slide itself. It can't go anywhere, it's part of the metal. We've also added an extended magazine release on the gun. We've added a flared mag well on the gun, which enables you to do quick loads. Instead of finding that little tiny spot to put your gun in, it's a quick load to find this in combat scenarios. I've incorporated things in the gun such as an extended thumb safety, an extended slide stop, the best beaver tail in the industry, a lanyard loop in the mainspring housing. I've completely melted all the edges so there's no sharp edges on the gun. It has a lowered and flared ejection port on it. We've incorporated a recoil reduction system in the gun that takes from a 45 recoil and brings it down to a 9mm recoil. We put a match barrel, match bushing, match link and pin in the gun. So it's going to develop the best accuracy that you can attain. In the barrel, it has a loaded chamber indicator, so you'll always know if there's a round in the gun. If there's a round in the chamber, we're always going to assume it's a live round. So before you put the gun up or before you aim it anything but downrange, please check it. Look and see if you can see brass in that little loaded chamber indicator. If there's one there, clear the gun. Incorporated into the gun is a 38 firing pin. The reason why we chose a 38 firing pin, it makes a smaller hole in the breech face, resulting in less primer flow going back into the gun that could cause a problem with the carbon buildup in the gun. What makes this gun different from other guns, I want to start out by going with the feel of the gun. When you pick a weapon up and you put it in your hand, unless you've got a good purchase on that firearm, you're not going to be able to hit with it. The first thing you'll notice when you pick up my gun is how well it fits in your hand. It feels like part of your hand and enables you to get a strong purchase and a real good sighting picture on it. Along with that, we've done the highest beaver tail grip safety in the industry. This part up here cuts in so deep that it allows you to get right below the slide, reducing recoil. It brings the recoil back instead of up, giving you quicker target acquisition for your second shots. I use a fully adjustable windage and elevation ghost ring sight with a fiber optic front sight. The unique part about this is when you bring the gun up and take an aim on it, you concentrate on that front sight and you get immediate target acquisition on that. It's also one for follow-up shots. Of course, the fiber optic sight picks up any ambient light on it that makes it glow. So it gives you a wonderful sight picture and very quick target acquisition. We have done extensive gun tests. We opted to do the California drop test, which we passed with flying colors, where you take the gun from 32 inches high and you drop it on a 3-inch slab of concrete. You have to drop it on every single angle on the gun. Inside the gun, you've got a primered 45 bullet, all safeties off, and the hammer's cocked back. Should the gun go off, you flunk the test. The only thing that we did was break a grip and break a sight. The rest of the gun didn't have a mark on it. Now, how can we drop it from a yard and not get a mark on the gun? It's the steel that we use. I am the only firearms manufacturer that makes this gun out of 17.4 pH steel. The 17.4 steel is rust resistant to the point where we did 82 hours of continuous salt spray on the gun, and it did not even change the color of the metal at all. So, the next thing important is the composition of the metal itself. You can take it from room temperature, ambient temperature, drop it down to 150 degrees below, bring it back and bring it to 150 degrees above ambient temperature, and there's no molecular change in the metal at all. Shooting the gun is just a complete joy. The recoil is below moderate, it hardly moves at all. Your target acquisition on subsequent shots is right there. Now for military and police use, you know that getting the second shot and making it hit is more important than your first shot. You'll find that in this gun. The controllability, the lack of recoil, and how fast you can get back on target is paramount. Now we use a commander hammer in this, which goes to the extended beaver tail grip safety again. That is so high, we had to cut that completely deeper, and then the hammer itself is rounded so it fits down into the groove, allowing the slide to go back. We added a tactical rail onto the gun. It's a standard 913 Picatinny rail. The tactical rail itself, because it has 3 slots in it, will take any option that you can put on any 1911 gun. No matter what it is, they'll all fit in one of these slots. The gun making process is many-fold. It starts out as an investment casting where they make a wax mold. Then the 17.4 is actually made. It's poured into this. The casting then goes down to the machine shop where they meet our specifications following our prints. They machine it out. It goes back for a double anneal hardening to get the Rockwell hardness that we need. The gun then comes to my shop where we take it and do all the custom finishing to it. We do function testing and we fire 21 bullets for every gun before it leaves our shop. So if there's any failures on anything, we know about it, we reject the gun and start all over again. What I've done on the gun, I wanted to make a gun that was very unique. I wanted to make a gun that was affordable by the common man. High dollar guns, $3,000, $4,000 guns that are my competition, most folks can't afford. This gun, 100% American made, that it sells for only $1,776. The Gladiator firearm itself has incorporated everything into it that a combat shooter or a sports shooter would want. It has front and rear serrations for easy cocking. Even though it has the recoil reduction spring in there, it is still very, very easy to cock the gun and chamber it. Maximus firearm, I believe, is the best gun on the market. It certainly is the greatest value. It's 100% made in the United States, 100% made in the United States of America. Even the wood on our grips is American wood. Everything, right down to our case, the foam, everything with this gun is American made. It does one other thing that I really like. On the Gladiator pistol, once the gun is loaded, the combination of the tactical rail, the magwell, all the extended parts gives perfect balance to this gun. This gun with all of this only weighs 38.6 ounces. Competitor guns that don't have this, by the way, come out to about 38 ounces. We have it all, right down to a skeletonized trigger, which we deliver the gun with about a 3.5 pound trigger pull. It's very crisp, very clean. It goes with the fit. It fits like a glove. Shoot the gun, squeeze the trigger off. You're gonna love it. You're gonna want to buy the Gladiator pistol. There's not another gun on the market like it.